And that's where the touchpad is, as opposed to over here, which is like, bro, what are you doing? I know, I mean, they're nice glasses, but what are you doing? So I got the new version of the Even Realities glasses. These are the G2. The G1 has been popular around the office. In fact, Will Do really hasn't taken them off much. Ultimately, this is a thinner, more titanium, improved version of the Even Realities G1. And probably the biggest difference with the G2 is this new input method, which is a ring. You don't have to do this motion, but instead you can just tap on the side of a ring, which is pretty cool and obviously far more covert. And that's important with glasses like this because the whole point of these is that they blend in, that they look like regular everyday glasses that just so happen to have a display. And you're not gonna be watching videos on these things, and it's not about being a vegetable on the couch. You're living your daily life and you're getting some important or useful information available to you via the glasses as necessary without completely disrupting your view of reality. Even realities, you know what I mean? Like they evened it out. It's like, here's reality, here's augmented, it's even. We evened it out. I mean, maybe that's part of the naming. First things first, very nondescript packaging, which I don't mind, honestly. Futuristic product, plain box, good pull tab. You need to have that. Lovely. And this is just a shipping box. We get a nicer box on the inside. The everyday display smart glasses. So it's all about making it as thin and light as possible, which they've continued to do, even though we're only on the second generation. The first one was already pretty much just like wearing regular frames. And of course, you can also go ahead and put your own lenses in here if you wear prescription lenses. 2 boxes on the inside here. Oh, this is cool. They included the sunglass clip, which is just taking things to another level. That's kind of cool. So this is the glasses box. Honestly, it seems like you just bought glasses as opposed to any kind of tech, because it would probably ship in a box with the same form factor. The unboxing experience just has a premium feel to it. In general, you can see the dot matrix style impression of the new glasses. Enjoy undisturbed connections now. Welcome to Even Realities. To most people, what you're holding might look like just a pair of glasses, but when you put them on, you unleash a quietly extraordinary power that fuels your life every single day. The unboxing experience here, you're boom to there, then you lift here, drops those, then you go here, and then you go here. I mean, that is incredibly efficient and well done. So we have a nice braided cable. We have temple sleeves and nose pads. I mean, this is good stuff because you really want to make sure that you get the right fit so that they're just comfortable. And look how, you can tell just from looking at these pads how thin the actual glasses are going to be, because look how thin the padding is. They've also given you a cleaning cloth here, a little bit more paperwork, and the glasses themselves. And another pull tab. Okay, they're getting top points just for unboxing experience alone. Sort of soft touch material on the case. There's a foot on the bottom, so it sticks to whatever surface you put it on. The only giveaway that there's something beyond regular prescription glasses in here is the fact that there's a tiny USB-C cable on the back, and I guess the fact that there's an LED on the front. You open this up and there are your glasses. So this is where they're gonna live, this is where they're gonna charge. It kind of grips there with a magnet as well, so if you do tip it upside down, with the lid open, they're not gonna go flying, so I'm gonna pull those out and close that, just so we're clear. So the only giveaway here that these are something special is on the back here. However, this portion is basically hidden behind your ear when you're wearing them, and it also acts kind of as a counterweight for the weight of the frame. Let me show you what I mean. Put this on, and you can see how my ear is basically blocking. I mean, if you're looking for it, you can see that it's go, and we're in the tutorial mode, and I'm just gonna pop these on. I'm actually gonna leave the sunglass portion on because I think they look pretty damn cool like that. Like, that's the bottom line. And I get my first taste of the high contrast on the display. A green, like, sort of almost dot matrix-ish, Blade Runner-esque display. It is low tech on purpose. It's just to deliver clear information, crystal clear text. I see some news from the New York Times. Mike Brown used to babysit J.B. Bickerstaff. Now the coaches are atop the East. I can modify my dashboard, all these different sources from a variety of different categories, or I can go ahead and dial in specific sources that I want to have there. I can also put stocks in here if I want to see how my investments are doing. I can have my calendar populate this space. Head-up display is turned on. Let's see how much of an angle it takes to initiate. It's there. Okay, I probably overdid it on that one. If you want to have less of a tilt, you can change the actual tilt by degrees here inside of the application. So I've got it at 30. I could make it more subtle. So now I'm at 20. and it's there. Now maybe I'm more covert, maybe people don't know what I'm up to, it's possible. We can also have our settings for auto display off. You may want that display to be persistent and stay on. Obviously this is gonna come at the expense of battery life, but I like the fact that they'll let you do it. So you have 3, 5, 10, 15, and never as your options. I can actually move the display itself. So I can go far, mid, or near, and this brings the image either closer to me or further away. Near puts it like closer than Mo in the camera there. Mid puts it on that wall that I'm looking at right there. I would say that is 8 feet away, and far puts it at least 10 feet away. So whatever is comfortable for your eyes, that's where you're gonna dial it in. Now we also have the teleprompter mode, which is a very powerful functionality for any smart glasses, but again, maybe even more so here considering how clear and concise these things are for text. Welcome to Even Reality. To most people, what you're holding might look like just a pair of glasses, but when you put them on, you unleash a quietly extraordinary power that fuels your life every single day. I'm just gonna take the sunglass portion off. I want you guys to actually see my eyeballs. At Even Realities, we believe technology should stay in the background, improving your day without interrupting it, helping you feel more prepared and more present. Now, of course, the other cool feature we have here is translation, real-time translation.
Buongiorno, uno cappuccino, por favor.
Good morning, 1 cappuccino, please.
Very simple.
No, very simple, but good. And now I'm gonna continue to talk and we'll see what it comes up with in Italian. Molto semplice ma bueno. E ora continuerò a parlar, vedremo cosa ne esce in italiano. Anyway, I don't know, that was me just saying, now it's gonna translate back into Italian. It's pretty quick though, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fast. I'm looking at the screen here, but it's actually also popping up here. See, we also have navigation built in. I mean, obviously this is kind of pedestrian style navigation. So if you're on a bike or walking in a city, again, if you wanna kind of keep your wits about you and stay engaged with the environment, you will see turn by turn popping up in your display rather than having to look at your phone. The Conversate functionality, they call it a conversational co-pilot. So it's real-time subtitling and AI cues to help explain terms. So if I'm conversating with somebody and all of a sudden they drop, you know how somebody will like vocabulary drop something? And like I would say some outlandish word, like outlandish, and then all of a sudden you would be like, why does Lou have to do that to me? And then you would see right under it the definition of outlandish with the AI insight, so you just flow like you're a guy who uses outlandish.
Does it really work like that though?
Yeah, it like made like a note about the word outlandish. Crazy. I'm gonna click on it. Strikingly out of the ordinary, bizarre.
Whoa, so it did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we are now currently recording this conversation. You can see the transcription is actually coming up in real time. It's also coming up in real time on my glasses in order to let me know that I'm recording whatever it is that's going on. So if this happened to be some kind of important meeting or some kind of lecture, then I would have a transcript of everything that transpired in that entire dialogue. So what we can then do with our transcriptions is look at the AI summary of them, which will set up kind of key points and important moments, so that we don't need to necessarily remember each piece of dialogue, remember the entire meeting. So it's got built-in AI to help with that. And this was just from me talking about the new features on the device, but you can see the way it created the notes. Materials have been upgraded from the previous generation. The new materials contribute to strength and weight savings. Each end piece is 15% thinner, and the weight of the entire frame is reduced by 20%. Like, just boom. Like, it just gave me my key points in the AI summary. Now, last but not least, Even AI. I can initiate Even AI by saying, hey, Even. What's the largest creature to ever live on planet Earth? Blue whale. So I'll have a record of this AI exchange on my phone for reference at a later point, but I'm also seeing it in my glasses as well. The location of the touchpad makes another difference because it looks like you're scratching behind your ear, which I do a lot of. It's one of my favorite moves. And that's where the touchpad is, as opposed to over here, which is like, bro, what are you doing?
Just caressing.
Why are you, I know, I mean, they're nice glasses, but what are you doing? Depending on the angle you're looking at someone, the ear covers a lot of that tech. The watch sends a strong social signal to us, even though we're not normally checking time there anymore. But like if you're in a social setting and you're doing this or buzzing, everybody notices. Everybody around you notices. It's not the most seamless, and it's definitely not in the background. And that's what, again, what these ones are aiming to. I really don't think anyone's gonna notice when you get that notification on your face, which is pretty wild. Let's go ahead and discover the Ring, because this is obviously new. I'm gonna add this device. So, you know, this input, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really smooth, actually. Allows you to move through your stocks, events, obviously the news stories. I mean, it's a scroll. That's your main kind of input, scroll and tap. But I can wake it up like this. Oh, now that's discrete. Now I'm scrolling, that's discrete. I can just be reading my stuff, looking at my notifications. These little dots over here, that is your touchpad. This maps to everything that your touchpad is already doing. It's just doing it on your hand instead and with these subtle little inputs. And it's a million times better, obviously, than reaching up and touching the glasses because it's just on your hand. I like that input. Now you're even more covert and seamless with it. The other thing that the Ring does for you is it gives you your health metrics. Step data, calories burned data, sleep data, skin temperature data, heart rate data, HRV, one of my favorites, and SpO2, all on your Ring, which is also doubling as your input method for the glasses, which is cool. That's the angle that Even Realities is taking. They're saying, hey, this stuff is gonna blend. It's going to look like the tech. It's gonna look like it's not tech. That's really what it is. It's gonna look like the regular version of the thing, even if that means we dial back some of the functionality. The most important aspect is the design, and then the functionality, we're gonna fit that in. Form over function. But then it's not like they don't function, they just sort of limit and hone in on what the functionality is so that there's not this tremendous amount of complexity as to what the value add is, and at no expense from a design perspective. These honestly feel a lot like the glasses that I wear on a daily basis, which says a lot because I even struggle to find ones that I consider to be comfortable for glasses that have no tech in them at all. These are probably slightly heavier, but because the weight is placed behind the ear, there's a balance to it, which makes them really feel like regular glasses up front in the nose area. And the same goes for the Ring. The Ring doesn't really give anything away to anyone else that it's a piece of tech. You'll know it, everybody else doesn't need to know it.